One of the things couples will tell me is I want to be authentic and real to myself. I don't want to upset my partner by disagreeing with them. And what do I do? And usually, whatever I say comes out wrong. Sound familiar? These happen so many times that often we say these things to our partner, then they get offended, then we start fighting. And so in this episode, I'm actually going to go through 15 kind and respectful ways just to disagree. So my personal share today, and I seem to be doing a lot of decision ones lately, but it is really simple. It is make sure you make decisions from an empowered state. So a lot of times when I'm doing sessions, some people will say, "Oh, I made this decision and I should have made it. I should have just waited. I shouldn't have done anything," or like I made the wrong decision. And so what often happens is they've made that decision when they've felt fear, anger, frustration, upset, annoyance, whatever it might be, and it's not empowered. So sometimes the best thing is to not do it, have a knee jerk reaction to something. Take your time, slow down, and assess really, like from a logical point of view, what is the best next move or what's the next best step or what path should you take, but only when you feel good. Okay. We make all sorts of terrible decisions, myself included, when we don't feel good, because usually we just want the pain to go away, we want this to go away or whatever, but that's just a short-term thing. And so you need to make sure you're making decisions from a really empowered state. Okay. So what we're going to be talking about today, how you can disagree with your partner and still love each other, still remain connected, not tick each other off. So one of them is that's really interesting. Let me tell me more about that. I'm not sure I view it in the same way. So if you can see what I did in that sentence, I said it's interesting. So I validated them. I remained open and curious because I also said, tell me more about it. And I'm not sure that I see it that way or view it that way, tells them that I'm not really like 100% believing it or whatever, but it's okay that they do. So that's the thing. It's okay for each of you to hold different beliefs, and you should. You're not the same two people. You don't have to have the same beliefs on everything. But if you can be kind and respectful of each other's beliefs and talk about it in an open, real, honest way, it makes all of the difference. So the next one is I could see how you might feel that way. I understand you feel X. I do feel differently though. And so that's really important. Again, I'm validating, I'm empathizing. I could see how you might feel that way. I understand you feel insert happy, sad, whatever it is. I feel differently though. Again, we're being so affirming of the other person, which is what you want to do when you disagree. So you don't go straight for disagreeing, you go straight to the validating and affirming them first. And then you go in second with, I have a different perspective or a different thought process around that. So, number three, I see where you're coming from, but I have a different perspective on this. I understand your point, but I think there's another way to look at it. I hear what you're saying, though. My experience has led me to a different conclusion. I understand and respect your view, though I'm not entirely convinced. I appreciate your view, but I have some reservations about that approach. Again, you can see the format, the structure you go through when you disagree. Because when you disagree, you're being authentic to yourself. Now, I'm not saying you're disagreeing for the sake of disagreeing. You're disagreeing because you genuinely don't necessarily see the same view. And maybe not even yet, right? Maybe you will, but just not yet. It's really important that you have the validating and empathizing and you're important to me piece at the front, and then the disagreeing. Well, I don't really understand that point of view, or I'm not sure. Could you tell me more about that at the second half of the statement that you're making? So you make a good point, but I don't completely agree with all aspects of it. I respect your opinion, though I have a slightly different interpretation. I see the logic, but I'm not sure I fully agree. That's a valid argument, but I lean in the other direction. You've raised some good points, but I'm inclined to disagree on this matter. I know I'm like rapid firing them at you. These are such really great statements. I'm putting them all in one place for you in a PDF. You can go get it for free. Have this on hand, save it on your phone, because oftentimes, most of the time, what we might agree with our partner, but then certain things come up and then we're like, oh, how do I say it so it doesn't turn into a full, you don't get me or you don't agree with me, like that kind of conversation. So what you want to do is save this to your phone, go to the free link below and get your copy so you can have these ready to go at a moment's notice. So the last few, while I can appreciate your stance, I view it from a different angle. That's a good perspective, though I'd approach it in a different way. I get what you're saying, but my opinion diverges a bit here. Okay. Now, it's just so important that you really work through this and you use this kind of language with your partner. And also, just as another recess for you, I do have a free masterclass. It's how to resolve arguments or disagreements in 7 minutes with your partner without sacrificing your thoughts and your beliefs. And it's actually nothing that we've covered so far in today's episode. So I'll link that below as well. You can go get it. It's actually been incredible uptake on that one. So it's obviously very needed. But it's so important, right? You need to know how to reach a resolution with your partner. You don't want to go constantly around the hamster wheel of the same fight, the same argument, the same disagreement, and never getting on the same page. So you can go get that free masterclass below. And also, I do have some epic episodes coming up while I'm talking about it. So you can subscribe to this YouTube channel because there are some amazing episodes coming up for you. So, back to what I was saying, make sure you have that structure and that format when you're going to disagree with your partner. You can absolutely respectfully disagree. You can absolutely still validate them. You can empathize with them. You can learn more about it. So then maybe your point of view would change, or maybe it'll stay the same. It doesn't really matter. But what matters is that you're taking the time to understand them. That matters. That matters to them. That tells them and signals to them that you're so important, even though you don't really believe it or think the same, that you would take the time. You would actually take the time to understand their point of view. Don't be like, I have so many people that would be like, I didn't know what to say. And they just knee jerk reaction. I don't agree. I disagree. That's not how you do it. Don't do that, because that is like undermining somebody else's confidence. Usually it also can break their heart because they might hold this opinion very strong or firm. And there's a more supportive way to do it, right? Which is all those statements that we've just spoken about. So please really use these. Like I say to everyone, these things only work if you actually use them. It's all good to think about, but you actually need to use them. So what I wanted to know from you is, which statement do you like, or do you already use one of these in your relationship today? Does it work? What's your favorite one to use? Maybe we can get a really great big long list in the comment section. And I would love to hear, what was your main takeaway from this episode? So it is now time for you to go and turn your relationship on.